Unreasonable goals. Are your goals realistic, and should they be? Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. Are your goals realistic? Are they reasonable? Are they impossible? Where should you be aiming with your goals? You always hear dream big, make big goals. Should you really be stretching those goals out, creating impossible goals, or should they be realistic? A while ago, I had an opportunity to pre-read the book 10X is Easier Than 2X by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. The book is available now if you want to get it on Amazon or wherever you get your books. It's been available since May 9th now. Highly recommended. Definitely go get it. But one of the things he talks about in there is a situation where they talked about impossible goals and the importance of impossible goals, because when you look at goals, there's a lot of ways to achieve certain goals. And the example he gives in the book is, I think it was at a Joe Polish event. They were talking about how do we increase our business by 10%? And someone stood up and said, you know what, that's a terrible question, because there's really an infinite number of things we can do that could increase our business by 10%. Now, if we said something like, how do we 10x our business, create an impossible goal, then you've got to look at things completely different, because there's not a lot of things you can do that are going to allow you to do that. So you've got to look at it and say, okay, what would have to be true to 10x our business? And it gives you the ability to really narrow in and look at the specific things that you've got to accomplish. And so when it comes to unreasonable or impossible goals, it also matters who you're hanging around with. And I got thinking about this because last night in the entrepreneur coaching group, we had one of our group coaching calls, and we were having a mastermind session, and we were talking about a few different things. And I shared this idea that because we were talking not only about goals, we were talking about the importance of the people you surround yourself with. Proximity is power, that whole concept. And I read a quote once by Dan Sullivan that said, if you're working on unreasonable goals in the company of others who are working on unreasonable goals, they become reasonable. Your ideas might be crazy to everyone around you, but someone else might look at it and say, why are you aiming so low? Why don't you aim bigger? You should have that done, no problem. Think big. It's an important thing. I love the concept in this book, and I'm going to put the link in the show notes to the article I wrote about it, where you can get the book, all those sort of things. But it's really got a different way of looking at things. And it really has, the whole idea of, what has to be true for that to be possible. You've got to really narrow down. The whole premise of the book ties into the 80-20 principle. What is the 20% you need to focus on? And without clear goals, we can't identify that 20% that will effectively get us there to achieve that goal, and identify the 80% that is taking us in another direction. That's a distraction. The 80% might be something that's creating results, but if it's not creating the results you're trying to achieve, you might need to give that up. You might need to, as we talked about in our coaching call last night, eliminate, delegate, or automate. What are the things that you need to do so you can focus on that 20% of the things that are going to help you with those impossible or unreasonable goals? But again, to begin with, you've got to have clearly defined goals. And it matters who you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people who every day are telling you to quit dreaming so big that you're not ever going to achieve it, versus someone that's telling you dream bigger or supporting you, makes all the difference in the world. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Love to have you come join the entrepreneur coaching group. Go to coachheggie.com/entrepreneur. Great people in there, great calls we have, and there's some great training. But thank you for being with us. Go check out the links in the show notes. Definitely get 10X is Easier Than 2X. Incredible book. But thank you for being with me. See you next time.
Athletes put a lot of time, money, and effort into the physical aspect of their sport, but they often neglect the mental game. And the mental game, it's just as important as the physical. In fact, it's often the differentiating factor between good and great athletes. If you really want to reach your full potential, if you want to be a great athlete, you've got to pay attention to the mental game. Now, come and join us in the Confident Athlete program, where you're going to learn how to develop powerful mindset, extreme self-confidence, and really take your game to the next level. Come and check us out at confidentathleteprogram.com/membership. Og Mandino said that the difference between those who have failed and those who have succeeded lies in the difference of their habits. Good habits are the keys to success. Many of the habits that'll bring you success in life are easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. I developed the Mindset Journal so that I could easily implement powerful success habits into my daily routine. The power of the Mindset Journal comes from knowing your top priorities and scheduling them into your day. The power of the reticular activating system and its relationship to your goals, your mindset questions, and your daily accountability. So if you want to implement some quick and effective success habits into your daily routine, go to jeffheggie.com/mindset journal and get yours today.